Good evening once again. I'm Ali Velshi in for Brian Williams, who has the night off. Day 1343 of the Trump administration, 41 days until the presidential election, just 6 days now until the first presidential debate. Tonight, we have protests in Louisville and around the country after a grand jury declined to bring charges directly linked to the fatal police shooting of 26-year-old Breonna Taylor. A curfew has been in effect since 9 p.m. there. The Louisville Police Department says 2 officers were shot just before that curfew began. The officers have been hospitalized. 1 suspect is in custody. The city's police chief says the injuries to the officers are not life-threatening. 1 is in surgery. Marches and demonstrations have also erupted in Philadelphia, in New York, in Los Angeles, and in Washington, D.C. Police shot and killed 26-year-old Breonna Taylor during a raid on her apartment in March. Officers executing a warrant broke down her door seeking evidence in a narcotics investigation. She was in her apartment with her boyfriend, who said he thought it was a home invasion. He fired once at the front door, injuring an officer, and police fired back, striking Taylor at least 5 times. A grand jury did indict just 1 former officer, Brett Hankison, on charges of endangering neighbors with his reckless gunfire. The other 2 officers involved in Taylor's shooting faced no charges.
According to Kentucky law, the use of force by Mattingly and Cosgrove was justified to protect themselves. This justification bars us from pursuing criminal charges in Miss Breonna Taylor's death.
Today, Breonna Taylor's mother spoke with our colleague Gabe Gutierrez about the grand jury's decision.
How important are charges for these officers?
It's very important. It's the most important part of this at all. There was a crime committed, and they should have to pay for it.
Kimberly, I want to talk to you about this because you have been at the forefront of keeping Breonna Taylor's name in the public, reminding people about her, because you have made the case and written that African-American women who get killed, and particularly African-American women who get killed at the hands of police, get forgotten in a way that most people wouldn't understand.
Yes, and I have to say, first of all, this is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for the family. It's heartbreaking for so many people who've been protesting for so many days. And it's just a disaster, for our nation as well. I mean, many of us hope that this would be the exceptional case. This would be the one that would break the pattern, that would break the mold, that would show that when we say Black Lives Matter, it wouldn't be just aspirational, it would be real. When we say her name, that her name would be mentioned in the charging document. And everything about this announcement today just undermines all of the hopes and aspirations that people had about this case. You have 3 police officers who probably shouldn't have been on the force anyway, given the fact that all 3 of them have been cited and punished for behavior that fell outside of the edicts of being a police officer, 2 for excessive force. Yet they are still given the ability to exercise judgment poorly, as we know, to go about serving a warrant in a way that left Breonna dying. Everything we know about how they treated her, from 1 officer firing 16 shots. I just want people to hold up their hand and fire off 16 shots. That takes a while everyone else is doing the same thing, not giving her any emergency assistance, not saying that anyone had been harmed in this matter. And then to top it off, the coup de grace is this moment where her name isn't even mentioned in the charging document of the 1 officer who's been charged. So this is a slap in the face. It's a huge disappointment. And it's also a recognition that this is systemic. This is institutional. And we have a president right now who doesn't even want to let activists, anti-racist activists, critical race theorists, Black Lives Matter people even talk about it. So they're taking away justice, and he wants to take away our ability to even talk about it.
Brittany, as Kimberly said there was one officer charged. He wasn't charged. No one was charged with the shooting of Breonna Taylor. Somebody was charged with reckless endangerment of neighbors for the way in which he was firing. So there is nobody who is being held responsible for the death of an innocent woman that night.
I want to be really clear about what America was told about Black lives with this decision today, and what Black America was told once again. We were told that a young Black woman's life was of less value than the drywall she slept next to, that Blackness is seen as a threat even when we are at rest, and that a system that was built on our backs was one that even in moments of fleeting hope, that ultimately is one that we could never, ever trust. And we get told this 99% of the times that the police kill someone. That is not hyperbole, that is literal. Less than 1% of officers who kill a Black person are ever convicted of that crime. So you cannot fault people for deciding that a system that continues to disrespect our dignity can't be reformed. It has to actually be defunded, divested from, and moved out of the way so that we can have true peace and justice in our communities and people who are invested in the ways that we all deserve. The social contract actually requires that we give an institution authority only when they give us safety and protection in return. That exchange has not been happening for Black people in this country for the entire time we have been here. This is 400 years of fed up. And we've gotten little protection, but we have gotten a lot of violence at the hands of the people who were supposed to serve and protect us. And after this long and protracted battle over 190 days, millions of phone calls, emails, dozens of protests all over the entire world, pushes by activists and organizers and politicians and her family, after all of that, one officer, not all three, but one officer got charged not for her murder, but let's be clear, for the bullets that didn't even hit her. That is what we were just told about the value of Black life in this country. That can't be reformed. That has to be transformed.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.